Hi there, Divi friends. This is Daniel, and today I'll be talking about transactional email and how it can help you to make sure your emails get delivered from your website. Stay tuned for more. Okay, so today we're going to talk about transactional email. So first of all, let me talk about what is transactional email. So if you have a website, which I presume you do, and it is WordPress, you may have run into situations in the past where somebody fills out a contact form on your website, but you never got it. Or perhaps you have an online store and someone orders something and they never got an email letting them know that their order was processed, or you didn't get notified that the order came in. And for a lot of businesses, this can be a big deal if you don't get these types of transactional emails that are really critical for day-to-day operations. So transactional email generally is not used for email marketing, but we're going to be looking at three different email providers that they do often do both. So they will offer transactional email services, but they may also have other services such as email marketing, even social media campaigns, things like that. But today my focus is mainly on transactional email and how it can be helpful to use a third-party service like one of these to make sure your emails are getting delivered from your website. So the first provider that I'd like to talk about is Melgun, arguably one of the most popular providers out there for transactional email. Definitely worth checking out. We've used them. We've had good results with them. So you can check out their pricing. You can see they've got a pay-as-you-go plan. They have other monthly plans that start from $35 a month and they go up to $90 a month. You'll see that there's different features involved with each one of these. Support may also be a little different depending on which one you go with. But definitely worth checking it out, maybe even with the pay-as-you-go plan just to evaluate it and see. So Melgun, I will put the link to all of these providers in the description below, and also you'll find a link below to the blog post where all this is posted on the Divi Friends website. All right, on to number two. So number two is SendGrid. SendGrid is another transactional email service, very popular, very widely used, worth checking out. You'll see they have plans that start from $0 all the way up to however many you want to put in here as far as number of emails you plan to send out a month. Now, most of the time, if you're using email or transactional email, you're probably not sending out 1.5 million emails from your website a month. But you do have a sliding scale here to adjust what you need. Usually for most small websites, entry-level plans are pretty sufficient, but again, that depends on your website and how much traffic you get and how many emails it needs to send. But SendGrid is another one to check out. I recommend you look at what they have to offer. In our tests, this performed very well, but not quite as good as the other two providers that I'm talking about today. Which leads us to the third provider, and that is SendinBlue. SendinBlue is a great company. We use this service on our servers, so if you host with Divi Friends, your mail is routed through SendinBlue for more reliable delivery. We trust them just because we've tested all these services and we found this to be the best overall at getting emails from your website to land in your inbox and not in your spam folder, or maybe not at all. You'll see they also have plans starting at $0 a month all the way up to $66 a month, and then they have enterprise plans as well. I believe we're on the premium plan, and we've been pretty happy with them. We have a dedicated IP, so basically every email that goes through is routed through your website, routes through this IP address. That's helpful for us so that if you have any issues with your IT folks and like emails are not getting through, we can let you know what that IP address is and that can be opened up. I will say one caveat with SendinBlue: it is a French company, and in some cases, some people's internal networks automatically block anything that comes from any server outside of the US. And so even though SendinBlue tends to have the best reliability, we have run into a couple situations where we've had clients and their IT department has just said, you know, we're blocking every communication from anywhere outside of the US, including France. And that was some issues with SendinBlue. But again, since we have a dedicated IP available, usually that can be whitelisted, but just something to keep on your radar. But all in all, the support has been great with SendinBlue. The service has been really good, so I would recommend them. But I also recommend the other two that we talked about, both Melgun and blanking SendGrid are great options too. So if you are interested in making sure your emails have a better reliable delivery, you should check out one of these service providers. They all have plugins that you can install in WordPress, and makes it pretty easy to drop it in. You may have to generate an API key in your account with them, but that's pretty simple. You can find that in there and just click a button and it gives you a little code and you drop that into the plugins. So that's it for today. I hope that this is helpful to make your business successful, and happy hosting.